Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. When you use Angie for your home projects, you know all your jobs will be done well. Roof repair? Done well. Kitchen sink install? Done well. Deck upgrades? Done well. Electrical upgrade? Done well. Angie's been connecting homeowners with skilled pros for nearly 30 years, so we know the difference between done and done well. Hire high-quality, certified pros at Angie.com.
Mr. Skira, Mr. Big Shot that he is, pulled out a big wad of cash, probably well over $10,000. And hey, you want me to pay you right now? And being that he was, had already had a solid, payment.
Why wouldn't you say yes if he did that?
This is the plaintiff, Richard Ronaldo. He says he was contracted to do some landscaping for the defendant. Did a great job and has pictures to prove it. The defendant handed him a check for the full amount, even gave him a tip, and guess what? The check was made of rubber and was returned for insufficient funds. When he called the defendant to inquire, the pretend tough guy told him he was with the Mafia and to bug off. Bug off, he doesn't think so, and is suing the strange guy for every penny of the $1,820 he's owed. This is the defendant, Raymond Skura. He says the plaintiff's work was horrible, and when he showed up at his house to collect his pay, his nephew wrote him a check on a closed account he had. If he were home, he would have never paid the guy in the first place because he's a hack whose work stunk, and he absolutely refuses to pay someone when they do such a horrible job. He's accused of making a check go boing, boing, boing.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Richard Ronaldo.
Your Honor.
You are suing Raymond Skura for $1,820 in a check that he gave you that had insufficient funds or had to stop payment?
It bounced.
It bounced, just
yeah.
regular old bouncing. Okay, tell me what happened.
He had contacted me to originally cut the grass. I had cut the grass probably twice. He was impressed with the job. He then asked me to prune the bushes and also lay some mulch. Take out the
Prune the bushes and lay some mulch?
Yeah.
Okay, and how had payment gone the other two times?
He had paid me cash, and
okay.
He asked me to take the old mulch out and put new mulch in.
Okay, how big of a house is this?
It was a pretty decent size house.
How big a yard was it? Do you have a picture?
Yeah, I have
okay.
pictures. He had a big yard.
So did you do the job?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How much were you supposed to get paid for the job?
The job was $13.50.
Had that been agreed upon beforehand?
Yeah, and
do you have a contract with him?
No, I didn't have a contract.
It was all verbal?
Yeah, it was a verbal
Do you have
contract.
text, anything that would buttress what you're saying?
I think I might have some texts where we were referencing back and forth to work, and
just find right now whether you have text.
Yes,
okay. How big is your property?
5,000 square feet.
Okay. Nice house.
Thank you.
So you did the mulch where all of the plantings are?
Oh, actually, I do have many texts.
Okay, go ahead and put the phone down. You did the mulch where all of the plantings are?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and did you do it alone or did you do it with somebody?
I had one helper.
Is this your truck that's on the property?
Yes, ma'am. My truck, my trailer, 2 trailers.
All right. So how long did it take you to do the mulch?
It was like a 2-day job.
Okay. And how much of you had to buy the mulch, right?
Yes, ma'am.
In other words, the $13.50 included the purchase of all that mulch.
Yes, ma'am. And when I actually delivered the mulch, Mr. Skira, Mr. Big Shot that he is, pulled out a big wad of cash, probably well over $10,000. And hey, you want me to pay you right now? And being that he was, had already had a solid, payment.
Why wouldn't you say yes if he did that?
I like to do my job first. And
what? Do your job? The guy's asking to do. I don't understand. What would be the reason if somebody wants to pay you now? Sure.
The job wasn't done, ma'am.
So what? Were you going to do it? Or were you going to turn around and just leave him hanging? Okay, so if you knew you were going to do it, what difference does it make? Take the money. Okay, so what happens? You're done, and what do you do?
Tried to get my money.
Okay, so you go to the door, knock on the door, and who answers?
He actually told me to go over there, and his nephew was going to be there, and he had a check there waiting.
He had a check there waiting for you. So the nephew hands you the check?
Yeah.
Okay, but did the nephew know?
After I spoke with him.
After you spoke with the defendant?
Yes.
Okay, so did the nephew seem to know what you were talking about? Oh, yeah, it's right here.
He was there when the job was taking place,
So you got the check,
too.
and what happens?
I left and deposited the check.
Okay, and what happened?
It
It
came
bounced.
back.
So do you contact him?
Yeah, tried to, yeah.
And what happens?
I mean, there was text messages going back
Let
and
me see
forth.
the text.
He kept saying that.
Here, hand it to my bailiff, please. My bailiff doesn't like you coming close to me.
Thank you, sir.
You or anybody else, it's not personal. What day did you do the job?
The job started like May 19th, the end of May.
Okay, so your texts only date back as far as June?
Yeah, that's when I was still trying to get my money.
Okay.
That's when the check bounced, the
Hold on
end
one
of May.
second. Okay, so at some point he's telling you, I'm going to end up coming back late tonight. Meet me in the morning by Shop and Stop before I leave for the city. Can you be there at 10:30 or I'll meet you on a job wherever you are. I'm leaving the city at 9, yada, yada, yada. That's him?
Yes.
And you tell him, okay, Ray, I really need that by tomorrow, bud. Drive safe. What are you referring to?
The money.
Because he's still saying he's going to pay you.
Yes.
You got it. Don't worry. And then you're supposed to meet him at the Stop and Shop. What happens?
I went there.
Oh, you
and-
waited.
Oh, I waited.
I can tell by your text. He doesn't answer you. You're like, where are you? I'm waiting. It goes on and on for hours. And then he just never answers you. Okay. What happened?
He laid the mulch. It was raining. We were in my garage. I had one of my garages open. We're sitting there talking. I offered to pay him like he stated. He refused to take the money. He did his job. Several times we were supposed to meet up. I couldn't meet him like I told him I was going to meet him. I didn't meet him.
Wait. There's a check that bounced. You skipped that part. What happened there?
The check bounced because
Why?
May 27th, I was leaving for Jamaica, Montego Bay. My girlfriend's nephew, I leave checks at home signed. He wrote the check out. My girlfriend's nephew, I didn't write the check out. He wrote the check.
Did he write it at your request?
Did he write it at my request?
What, are you stalling for time? Did I stutter? You know
No,
what I said.
No, he didn't write it at my
I
request.
was on the telephone with him.
Stop.
You're on the telephone?
Stop.
Yeah, don't talk to him.
Don't talk to him.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, should you penalize somebody who writes you a check but knows when they write it that they're going to stop payment?
I think so. I don't think it's fair to do something like that, especially if they know ahead of time that they're going to stop it.
Suppose they know ahead of time.
Yes.
What do you say?
I say the same thing, especially when dealing with money, so.
Okay. Would you penalize somebody? Would you dock them, say, 100% just for being deceptive? Or not?
If you knew for sure that they were lying, then I guess not 100%. That's kind of harsh.
100's harsh?
Yeah.
Oh, wait till you hear
20%?
Wait till you hear what I'm about to say going inside the courtroom.
Why would the nephew write, the boyfriend or
Because I
nephew?
told him if anybody comes here for bills this week, because I have the landscaper coming, county waste, the garbage company, write out checks.
Oh, so you told him to?
Yeah.
And then you let them sign?
Okay.
Well, you did it with your authority.
So he wrote out the check, gave him the check bounced. It was from an account I really don't use. The check ended up bouncing. I was gonna make good on the check. I never got around to meeting Richie.
Why not?
I was busy.
That's your defense? I was busy?
My fault. Then he came, I have a condo in Manhattan. My girlfriend owns this house in Orange County.
So that's not your house?
No, it's not my house. My girlfriend owns the house in Orange County. I'm not home. I'm getting phone calls at 6 in the morning from my girlfriend. Richie's banging on the front door. He's banging.
Yeah, but he wasn't banging on the front door till you left him at a Stop and Shop for 2 hours.
Correct.
Why didn't you show up for the designated drop at the Stop and
I
Shop?
have no excuse for that, Your Honor.
You didn't even answer the guy's text. You just left him there for 2 hours.
I have no excuse for that. honestly.
Did you threaten him?
No, I didn't threaten this man.
Tell me about his threats.
Yeah, I finally got a hold of him on the phone, and all of a sudden he wanted to play Mr. Mafioso.
How so?
Richie, don't talk to me like that. You don't know who you're dealing with here. I got connections and
Never.
da-da-da-da-da.
Are you Italian?
Yeah, I'm
That was a
Italian.
very good accent.
Never.
Okay.
I wouldn't
I
talk
was
like that on
laughing
the
at
phone.
the guy.
Okay, I'm sorry. You wouldn't talk like that on the phone.
No, never. I wouldn't talk
Just
like
not
that.
on the
I
phone.
wouldn't talk like that in person.
Because you never
either.
know who's listening.
No, I wouldn't
Okay.
talk like that in
All right,
person.
go
either. That's
ahead. What?
disgusting.
Go on.
I was outburst here in court. I wasn't showing that. Yeah, just, so I laughed at him, and I was a little upset. I wanted my money. And I told him, just pay me my money, and we'll have to hear
And now
from
does
you.
it seem like a good idea to get paid when somebody has a wad of cash on
Yeah,
them
sure.
and before they go into hard times and get... Were you no longer living in that house? Did your girlfriend throw you out?
Did she throw me out? No, she didn't throw me out, Your Honor.
Did you leave?
No, I
That
go
was no
here.
longer your house.
I go back and forth.
You go back and forth. Do you go back? Have you been back since?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was there this morning.
Okay. Okay.
I pay the bills.
Do you? Because
Yeah.
it looks like you didn't pay this
No,
bill.
I pay the bills. The
He
mortgage.
pays all
Okay.
his bills, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
He pays all his bills. That's why we're here.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, let me see the invoice that you sent him. How did the $13.50 become $18.20?
That I don't.
There was a $50 return check fee.
Can I see proof of that?
Deposited.
At one point, you text him and say, pick up your mulch. Because I'm not coming upstate. I'll
Yeah,
let
because
them know. It sounds like at some point you and your girlfriend broke up or something. And you had nothing to do with the house.
Yeah, I go back and forth.
Because I told him.
Hold on.
Wow.
Which is why he doesn't want to pay for mulch, because it's no longer a house he's using. All right.
Exactly.
Okay. So why was there a $1,500 check written on a $13.50?
Because this was his, when I was on the phone with him, I'm going to have my nephew give you a $150 check, a $150 tip.
Tip.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Because
So
he was a nice guy.
$1,500, and
That's a
then
score.
then you charged late fees of $135. What gives you the
2
authority to
times.
do that?
I told him that if you don't continue to pay.
No, yeah, but you can't create a contract where there was none. In other words, if you have like monthly bills that you send him that say any past due balances will have a late fee of X, do you have that? No, we don't use writing.
In a sense, it was a tactic to try and get my money.
Yeah, I understand. But it's a tactic, and that's where it's going to stay.
Correct,
You
and
don't
I
get to sue
understand
for
that.
it because it didn't exist. There was no agreement. You get prejudgment statutory interest, whatever it is in your state, but you don't get that.
All right.
So it's $1,500, which I'm going to order him to pay you based on that check that he authorized writing and had signed in advance, and also the $50 return check fee. And I'm also going to order him to pay you of course, your court costs and any prejudgment statutory interest on that sum since the day that the check was written. Good luck, gentlemen.
Don't wink at me, buddy.
Yeah.
You're a joke.
Yeah. Okay, so that takes care of this case. The judge has ruled, and what's your action to the outcome here?
Could care less. He's a jerk off. That's my action. Have a nice day.
All right. What about your side of it?
I got my money. I got what was owed to me.
Mm-hmm. What's this been like?
It's been a roller coaster. It's been a headache. You have somebody that shows you all kinds of money, and they're good with it, and all of a sudden they slap you in the face. It's a hard pill to
No
swallow.
concerns coming into court and doing it this way?
No. I'm actually glad I did it this way. So it is what it is.
Okay.
I got my money because I'm getting my money.
Okay. Harvey?
Okay, so you think 100% is harsh. There are a lot of states where if you write a check knowing that you're going to stop payment, they will dock you either 2 or 3 times the face value of the check. And that'll do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. And one thing I've learned is that you buy a house, but you make it a home. Because with every fix, update, and renovation, it becomes a little more your own. So you need all your jobs done well. For nearly 30 years, Angie has helped millions of homeowners hire skilled pros for the projects that matter. From plumbing to electrical, roof repair to deck upgrades. So leave it to the pros who will get your jobs done well. Hire high-quality certified pros at Angie.com.
This is the plaintiff, Kiana Goodley. She says she rented a 4-bedroom house from the defendants, moved out and left the place in tip-top condition. The defendants, however, refused to return her hard-earned security deposit. She's tired of getting a constant runaround and is suing these people for every penny of the $700 she's owed. These are the defendants, Lena Ong and Gustavo Pinheiro. Lena says the plaintiff moved out late, broke some doors in the apartment, and caused some damages to the bathroom. When they told the plaintiff they were going to deduct the repair costs, the woman flipped out, even had a man call and threaten them on the phone. Bottom line, they sent the woman a check for the amount she's owed, and they can't wait to tell the judge the facts in this case so she can put an end to things once and for all. They're accused of skimming on security.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff rented a place and the defendant won't return the security, even though plaintiff says the place was in perfect condition. But the defendant says the bathroom was damaged. It's the case of untidy bowl.
Thank you, Douglas. Kiana Goodley.
Yes.
You are suing You Smiling Property Management and 3450 Berkeley Trust, represented here by Lena Ung and Gustavo Pinheiro. You are the owners?
Yes.
Okay, and what's your relationship to each other? Anything?
Yes.
Yep, right.
Partners.
Besides partners.
Life partners.
Life partners,
Yes.
Okay. All right, for $700, a return of a security deposit that, according to you, they are unlawfully withholding, according to you, you're withholding a portion of it. What happened?
We did a walkthrough on the day I got out.
How long did you live there?
I moved in October the 25th of 2014.
And what kind of building is this?
It's a house, a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house.
Okay. And you lived there for 1 year?
Yes.
All right. Did you live there with anybody else?
My children.
How old are your children?
16, 15, 14, and 9 at the time.
Juice. Okay. And so you move out and you do a walkthrough on what day?
The 1st, October the 1st.
How come you weren't out on September 30th? Was your lease up?
It ended the September the 30th.
Right. So okay. So were you out on September 30th?
I was out on the 1st.
The next day?
October the 1st.
Wasn't there a new tenant coming in that day?
They hadn't got a tenant there.
Okay, so what happens?
I move out. I come back to the property and do a walkthrough with her.
Okay.
She tells me she'll be in touch.
Okay.
I don't hear back from her, so I go to questioning when am I getting my deposit.
When do you question? How long after the walkthrough, I guess?
I would say maybe a few days after the walkthrough.
Okay.
Then she tells me they have 30 days.
Right.
I say, by law, you have 30 days if something's wrong. If nothing's wrong, you have 2 weeks to give it back to me.
Ooh, good one. But it's up to them to decide if they think something's wrong and worth pursuing. So
Correct.
what the law actually says is that if they're going to return it, they need to return it within 15 days, not 3 days, 15 days. And if they decide that they're not going to return it, then they need to, within 30 days, send a letter to you, your last known address, explaining itemizing why they would keep anything and what for. Correct? That's the law in Florida. All right. So, but they certainly don't have to give it to you in 3 days, right?
No, I didn't tell them 3 days.
All right. So, but you call back 3 days afterwards to find out where it is.
Yes.
Okay.
To find, when
right.
I did question it, they was telling me they had already put it in the mail, and I'm like, what mail? What mail did you put it in?
So wait a minute. So they said, oh, don't worry, we've already put it in the mail.
Catherine, one of her workers, sent me a text message and said that they put it in the mailbox.
What day was that?
It was more than a week.
Okay, so about a week later, more than a week later, you get word from her assistant that they've sent you a check. Did you get a check in the mail?
No. They told me they left it at the last known address.
Which was the place where you were living?
Yes.
Okay, had you given them a follow-up address during the walkthrough?
No, but...
Okay, so they mail it to the old place, but did you put a change of address in the post office so that it would get to you?
Not from that address. I just changed it with the bill companies because that's all I had coming there was bills.
So it didn't get to you? Nothing got to you?
No, and when they told me they put it in the mailbox, I went over there and looked in the mailbox and I knocked on the door and nobody came to the door.
Okay, so bottom line is you never got any check from them, including the one that you maintained that you sent her a check for half the money, right? And you never got
I never got a check.
Okay. So did you get the check back?
No.
Was the check cashed?
No, it doesn't
Okay.
show that it was cashed.
Okay. So when do you first learn why they're keeping any portion of your deposit?
When I went to question her, when are you going to give me my deposit? Then she went to saying, well, your pod was still there for days. And I'm like, no.
Your what?
My pod.
Your pod. Okay.
The moving pod?
Storage pod on the front
It was
driveway?
on the concrete.
Okay. How long was your storage pod there for after you left?
A day.
So when did you get your storage pod out of there? October 2nd?
They came and picked it up October the 2nd. That was out of my control. It's the company.
Oh, that is in your control. It's your company. That's not That's like, in other words, you're supposed to call them to pick it up a week earlier so that you have an appointment so they pick it up by September 30th. Did you get that part, right?
Yes.
You're supposed to be out by September 30th. Did you get another tenant for the house, or you didn't get another tenant?
Yes, we did got a tenant for another house, and we scheduled the inspection on the 2nd because she told me that I'm going to leave the house really clean condition and everything. So I was expecting her to leave end of September, and she didn't leave until the 1st. So I have to postpone the inspection on the 2nd until later dates. And after she moved out, I found out that we had to fix a couple things before we can do the inspections.
Okay, but the tenant signed a lease or no?
What it is that the housing has to do an inspection first.
Is this a Section 8?
Yes.
And
So did you
Kiana's
rent
housing
again
too.
under Section 8?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So now, why did you keep any of the security deposit? Because according to you, there's damages.
Yes, and I got pictures, and I also have bills from the handymans and the
Okay.
AC.
What was wrong that would cause you to keep $350?
We're supposed to keep more, but I just want to make sure that she's not unhappy about me keeping it all.
Okay.
So I returned.
Tell me what she did wrong that would
What she did
allow you
wrong.
to keep $350.
So the door, the closet doors, the closet door was broke at the rack. What is it? He was there.
The bifold doors.
Yep.
Yeah,
They were,
we got
they were off
pictures
the
here.
rack, and then they were broken.
May I see a picture
Yes.
of the bifold doors off the rack and broken?
Go down the list of it.
Put your hand down. They're testifying now. I'll get back to you. Okay. What is this supposed to be showing me? Because all I see is, I'm very familiar with these
So
kinds of
that's the-
bifold doors.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I guess they have them everywhere, but South Florida, they have them a lot.
Yeah.
What did she do wrong other than that this needs to be adjusted and put back
If
in
you
the
look
rack?
closely on that, it's kind of hard in the picture to show, but the actual track needed to be replaced because
Why?
because what happened was, I guess they tried to adjust it before and it was bent, and so like the track was not replaceable anymore. I mean, it didn't work anymore.
So
we
did
had
you
to-
replace the track or did you buy all new doors?
We had to replace the doors too
Why would you have to replace the doors?
because it only comes in a set. Either you get the doors with it or without the track.
Why can't you just buy the track?
They don't sell that separately.
So what did you do? Did you buy all new doors?
Oh, well, I didn't. The handyman did, and his is his bill.
Let me see the handyman's bill. Hey, maybe you're right. Maybe it comes. I know that when you buy those closet doors, they come with their own track. But it seems so ridiculous to not sell
I don't
the
know how
track.
to fix that, so
We just sent it
whatever
to
the
Blake.
handyman.
Whatever the handyman said.
Yes.
All right. But see, I got to make sure it's a legitimate expense.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know. All right. What about that closet? What happened to the closet?
I was informed by the inspector, since they kept falling down on me and my children, to take them down or remove them. And that's what we did. We took them down so they stopped falling on us, and they were told that.
That's ridiculous, because that's not what Section 8 would do. I'm familiar with what Section 8 would do. Section 8 would tell them, we're not paying you rent. Go fix those closet doors. That's what Section 8 does.
Yes,
Well,
in
the
fact.
inspector-
Because Section 8 does that if there's a light bulb that's out. But you show me something in
ins-
writing where Section 8 said that.
I don't have nothing in right now. I only
So what
have
had you done? You'd taken apart the closet doors?
I just took it, once it fell down and broke and fell down on me, I just stuck it to the side in the closet and walked in and out the closet because it kept falling down. It wasn't attached properly anyway.
And according to you, somebody jammed it and broke the rod, and that's why it wasn't working right. All right. In terms of damages, how much are you holding? Not damages for rent, but damages for damages.
Sure, $373.
Did she get out on September 30th?
No.
When did she get out?
She got out on end of October 1st.
End of the day
The
of
end
October
of the day,
1st. a
October
day later.
1st. And then her stuff was still looking like this.
Let me see. What did she leave behind?
Right here, there's 3 pictures.
Okay. What is that? A mattress was left in the
That's
on the
trash that
property?
she left
This
on the
trash is
property.
left.
Okay. And what's that over here
That's like some ab workout machine.
that she also left on the property? So did you throw these out?
No, she picked it up eventually.
Oh, when did she pick those up?
I believe it's on the 3rd of October.
When did you pick up the ab machine?
The same
and
day.
The ab machine and the mattress that you left out.
That stuff was removed the same day.
What day?
Later on the
What
1st.
day?
On the 1st.
Okay. This is garbage that was there
That she left. On the,
that
on
she
the-
left, but that's basically in the garbage can. It's not like there's a bunch of trash all around. That's not so bad.
Your Honor.
And then this is the problem. And
Yes.
this was there. Well, it's a problem. I mean, I don't know how much of a problem. Because that doesn't stop you from going in and cleaning up the place and stuff. So this was left in front of the house until when?
I passed by end of October 2nd. It was still there.
Okay,
So
and according to her, it got moved October 2nd. Do you have the paperwork from
I
them?
sure do.
Okay. You know, you're awful angry for somebody who went 2 days over.
So if a landlord is renting to a Section 8 tenant, do you think Section 8 tenants are, scrutinized more, where the landlord is more likely to withhold the security?
Probably.
Because why?
Because they're more likely to be drug addicts and.
Is that necessarily true? I mean, that's is that true?
No, I don't think so. But since they are already getting help, I think that they would have some kind of stipulation towards it. So.
You think that Section 8 tenants have a harder time getting their security back?
I think they make less money, so that makes them a little more less reliable
And vulnerable.
Yep,
going inside the courtroom.
You're angry about, you're indignant, but the rules apply to everybody, including a Section 8 tenant. If you're supposed to be out by the 30th and you're not out, do you understand that other people have to pay the month of October in rent?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you do understand that. All right. Now, you're not asking for rent for the entire month of October. You are asking to keep $350 under the theory that you sustained some damages with this closet door. And what else? Anything else?
The days that she's late.
The overstay, but anything else in terms of damages?
There is damages, but I didn't mention it on the thing. She had a dog there that she's not supposed to, and it damaged the wall here.
Can I see that?
Sure. Yeah.
And what is going on? What are you showing me here? Because I don't know what you're telling me to look at.
That's the corner there. The dog chew on it.
Who was chewing on the corner?
The dog.
No, I heard you. I'm asking you. Why is the corner of that wall all chewed up? Was the dog chewing?
Can I see that picture?
Did you have a dog?
Yes, I did, and they knew about it. I paid her a deposit.
Who's they?
Lena Ung. I have the receipt for that
Does
deposit.
Section 8 know that you, or they don't care?
They don't. The inspector done met my dog, pet my dog when he comes there.
They don't. But they don't have any restrictions.
They don't have
about
any
that.
restrictions on no dog. That's one of my kids.
The dog is?
Yes, he is.
What kind of dog is it?
A pit bull. That's not no chewing on the wall. That's not from the dog. How would the dog chew on the wall?
Well, I don't know. How's your chew marks on the wall? Because I'm looking at them in the
Is she saying chew marks or shoe marks?
No, she's saying chew. C-H-E-W is what she's saying.
That's not no chew marks.
All right. Based on what I'm listening to, I think it's completely reasonable for you to withhold the $350, and I am ordering you to you know that other check wasn't cashed, right? So I am ordering a judgment in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $350. That's my judgment.
Your Honor,
Good luck, folks.
you didn't even
We're
see my pictures.
And so the plaintiff comes out here on the losing end of this case. What's your reaction?
I just think it's bull.
Mm-hmm. What about the lateness?
I had all my receipts for everything. Everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got to get out. You got to get out on time. That's very, very important. Puts you behind the 8 ball there. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So step on in here, and what's your comment on this?
I think it's pretty fair.
I think we got a good job done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And how would you describe the tenant?
I wouldn't rent it to her again. All the rents that I collect from her for the 9 months or 11 months that she were there went to repair, all of it.
Okay, pretty simple. Harvey?
Okay, Kurt, got to say, when a landlord comes in with invoices showing the work was actually done to repair, that is powerful evidence. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This is the plaintiff, Mercedes Foster. She says her neighbor and friend stole her credit card and used it to make unauthorized charges. That's right. The woman secretly took her credit card out of her purse, used it to the tune of $1,806.29, and she's here suing the thief for just that amount. This is the defendant, Jeanette Rodriguez. She says the plaintiff gave her the credit card at the vet's office so she could treat her dog who was vomiting and spitting up blood. The woman's trying to pull a scam because she told the credit card company her card was stolen and they credited her back the money. So the plaintiff has her money back and is now suing her for the same amount. Come on. She's accused of being sticky-fingered.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff says her neighbor's friend stole her credit card, but the defendant says the plaintiff gave her the card at the vet's office for the defendant's dog. The defendant says the plaintiff is pulling a credit card scam. It's the case of MasterCard Master Thief.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Mercedes Foster, you are suing Jeanette Rodriguez for $1,806.29 that you say she inappropriately charged on your credit card without authorization. Tell me what happened.
Miss Rodriguez was outside with her dog.
How do you two know each other?
Just in the, she live in the building, I live in the building.
Okay,
and
did you know her dog?
Say a few words to one another.
So you don't know each other at all, basically?
No, not really.
Okay, well, all right, so do you know her dog?
I see her with the dog, yes.
Okay.
That's about all I see her with the dog, but this time her dog was very sick for like a week or so. The dog had diarrhea, the dog was throwing up. She was outside crying, and she said she wanted to take her dog to the vet. And there was this gentleman in the building. He said that he would take us. She asked me would I go
why
with
you?
her.
You don't even know her.
Excuse me?
I said, why you? You don't even know her. You just told me you didn't know her.
I didn't know her.
So why are you joining in on the vet visit?
Well, I was out there. I wasn't doing anything. And
do you two know each other? How do you know each other?
She lives in my building. We hang out in front in the summertime. She drinks. We drink, have a couple of drinks, talk. She knows my dog. She buys my dog food.
You buy her dog
yes.
food?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, okay. That was something you didn't mention before.
Well, I gave it to her twice. My God. I gave it to her twice.
Okay, so go ahead.
She asked me to go, and I says, okay.
And you have been sitting outside?
Not for long, no.
Well, okay. You have been sitting outside when the decision to go to the vet had happened?
Yes.
Had you been drinking?
Yes.
Okay. Had you been drinking?
Yes, a little.
How long had everybody been drinking?
Oh, man, I was drinking early part of the day, and I drink occasionally.
Okay, how many drinks had you had? Do you know at that point?
I had a beer.
All day?
Yeah, that's what I wanted, Your Honor.
No, but I have been drinking the earlier part of the day, and I drink. Okay, so you had a beer the entire day?
I just had a beer.
Okay, how long had you guys been drinking out there?
No, not long. Maybe like half a beer.
Okay, so
I wasn't drinking all day, no.
Do you know whether she had been drinking?
Well, yeah. Oh.
A lot, a little?
Not that much.
Okay.
She wasn't stumbling all over the place, no.
Okay, all right, so go ahead. So you go along for the ride, and then you're at the vet's office, and what happened?
I sat down. She went to the desk. I don't know what went on over there.
What ended up being wrong with your dog?
He had a stubborn virus.
So what did they do for your dog?
They gave him antibiotics and some IV.
IV? Mm-hmm. While the dog. So how long did the dog stay in?
1 day.
Was the dog cured?
Yeah.
Good. Mm-hmm. And what kind of dog do you have?
A pit bull.
Okay. According to you, what happens that night?
Okay, what happened that night, like I said, was I went with her. The guy who took us, he left. It was just me and another young lady and her. We were there. Just
Who's the other young lady who was there?
The lady's just over here.
Go ahead.
I don't know. The dog was just not moving, not talking. The eyes was like closing.
Okay. Why are you here?
Because I realized that my credit card was stolen.
When was your credit card stolen?
I didn't realize my credit card was stolen. Okay, we came home. It was just me and her and the other young lady. And the next day, I got up, and I wanted to go shopping. You know, I looked all over the house for my credit card and whatnot. I couldn't find it. So I called the 1-800 number. Okay? Because I said, I don't know where is that. I got to go shopping. I ain't got no money. So what it was, I called, and I stopped it. Okay? I stopped my credit card.
Did they talk to you about your last purchases?
They did, but I don't remember.
Did they ask you whether or not you'd use your credit card at the vet?
And I said no.
So they did ask you, right?
Not really. They asked me when I went to the bank. The teller, they asked me.
So they asked you, and you say, I did not give
That's
authority.
right.
Okay. So you cancel the credit card, and when do you talk to her about this?
When I found out that she was the one that had my credit card, because the bank.
How did you find out that she was?
Okay, the bank told me that that credit card was used at the vet. I said, "What are you talking about?" And they said, "Well, $1,800 and whatever was used." I said, "No."
Did you give her your credit card?
No.
Okay. What's going on?
Okay. We was outside sitting down, and my dog was sick. And she asked me what happened to Tyson, and I said, he's sick. And she was like, well, you don't care about your dog. I says, I do. She was like, you're not going to take him to the hospital? I said, I don't have the money to take him. So she was like, all right, I'm going to I'm going to go upstairs, get my credit card. I have $8,000 in my credit card. And she
Was it a debit card or a credit card?
I don't know. I didn't see the credit card. She passed it to Anita. And she said that she will pay for it. And I told her no because...
What was her connection to your dog?
She loves Tyson.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then what happens?
We got the dog ready. You know, we had to carry him downstairs because he was, you know, he couldn't even walk. And she was, you know, in the hospital with us. She was driving the doctors crazy, asking them all kinds of questions. Is he going to be alive? Is he going to die? So, you know, and then after all that, then we started talking about payments. She passed the card to Anita. At no moment I had that card in my hand, Your Honor.
Okay.
And then from there, Anita could, you know, if she could explain her version, because I didn't...
Come on up, Anita. What's your last name?
Yes.
Okay, what happened?
She had me the credit card. She said she didn't care how much was it. She just paid for the dog because the dog was sick.
Who signed the credit card bill?
She told me that to sign it.
But why doesn't she just sign it?
Because
she was just sitting down. She was sitting
I know, but
there.
she's just sitting down and it's her credit card. Why wouldn't she just sign it?
I don't know. The man that was in the front, he asked, he said, who's Mercedes Forster?
And
She raised her hand. And she said, just sign it, just sign it.
Okay, and then what happens? When do you first hear, according to your story, she gave you authority to use the card? So
Yes.
when do you first hear that she is saying that she didn't give you authority to use the card?
Some people in my neighborhood came up to me saying that she hired an investigator, that I went in her house, in her pocketbook, and I stole her credit card.
It wasn't like that because and when we was going home, I handed her back the card.
In the
and
cab.
she went upstairs to her apartment.
So what do you think? She just changed her mind because now the dog is healthy and she wants money back?
Your Honor, she got her money back. The animal hospital called me. They confirmed me that she got her money back.
Meaning she contested the credit card charge?
Yeah.
Did you contest the credit card charge?
Is the defendant a little suspicious that the defendant saying the plaintiff let me use the card, but the plaintiff was there and the defendant signed?
Absolutely. There's no reason the plaintiff couldn't have signed.
By the way, as long as we're talking dogs, this dog looks like the dog on Frasier to me, Eddie. Is this?
She's a Jack Russell.
It is a Jack Russell.
It is. Yeah, her name is Puppy.
The last time I bent down to pat a dog was on TMZ and the dog bit me. Am I okay?
You're fine.
Okay, let's see if I'm 1 for 2. What's the name?
Puppy.
Puppy, how you doing, Puppy? I'm 1 for 2. Okay, I'm gonna make you bite me yet. Going inside the courtroom.
Did you fight it and say I didn't authorize that? I want my money back?
Ma'am.
Okay.
And then could I say something, Your Honor?
Yeah, but first I want you to answer what I'm asking.
Okay.
Did they give you your money back? Because she's saying the hospital says they gave you your money back.
That wasn't my... No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, Your Honor.
Do you have your credit card statements?
Yes.
Can I see them?
Your Honor, can I say something? Okay, they're talking about they gave me my card back. I didn't even know they had my card.
So you did fight it, and then they ruled against you, is what
Yes.
happened. And then in December, they put it back on. Did you? Were you contacted by the credit card company?
No.
Wonder why they ruled against you. Did they tell you why they ruled against you?
Okay. When I went to the bank, they said someone used my credit card. And I said,
but if someone uses your credit card without authority, you don't have to pay for it. Apparently, they investigated and they decided that somebody used your credit card with your authority, and that's why they recharged it.
Because
being there is not with your authority.
That's what the investigator told me. I have his name and everything.
All right, here's the thing that's bothering me. If you have nothing to do with this at all, and all of a sudden you find out that a neighbor of yours took her dog to the vet with your card, I can understand how you would stand here and say, wait a minute, they must have taken it from my purse when I wasn't paying attention, when I was outside and my purse was on the ground. But I have a situation where you're literally on this trip. We've got you on the trip, we've got you invested in the dog, and I've got 2 people who say you handed the card over. Now the dog is well, and now nobody wants to pay the $1,800. But because the dog is fine, everything's good. But to turn around and say no one had my authority, what the heck are you there for? Why are you there? I got nothing better to do. I may not have plans that evening, but I'm not going to go with somebody on a vet trip for their sick dog unless I got a reason why I want to be there. And if you have a reason why you want to be there because you love the dog and you don't want to see the dog die because she doesn't have any money, then it kind of sounds like maybe you had authorized the expenditure.
Your Honor, I didn't use my card.
All right, folks, based on what I have listened to, I am finding that, in fact, the credit card charge was made with authorization. So I am ruling in favor of Ms. Rodriguez on Ms. Foster's claim against Ms. Rodriguez. That's my ruling.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And that brings the plaintiff out into the hallway on the losing end of Judge Millon's verdict. What's your reaction?
I had no idea how she got my credit card. I did leave. I did go to the bathroom twice. I didn't know my credit card was missing until the next day.
What are you doing at the vet?
Oh, I just felt like going. Is that crazy?
It seems a little weird. Seems like it.
It does?
A little bit.
Why would it be weird to go? I mean, you go anywhere. This is a big,
Go to
a free country.
Yeah, you can go. You can go if you want to, sure.
No.
But do you love that dog?
No, I don't even know the dog that well. I love dogs. I love people. I mean, come on.
No, you do love a dog or no?
I don't have a dog.
Not $800.
No.
All right. Okay.
$800 worth.
800. Okay. All right. Head right around that way. All right. So step on in here and. What do you think of this? Why would she do this to you?
I don't know. She's just, that's the way she is with everybody.
Why would she stop payment the next day if she okayed it?
Probably because the dog was okay. She wanted her money back.
You're still neighbors, right?
Yes, we are.
Well, what's that like when you see each other?
I haven't seen her.
Nobody says anything to each other.
Yeah, I haven't seen her ever since this been going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe you should try a maroon tie next time.
I will. I'm not coming here no more.
Okay. Harvey?
Okay, you probably know this by now, but if you are the victim of credit card fraud, call the credit card company. There are a million ways of getting out from under that bill.